So I was just about to show you guys, I literally had posed him like 3 times and added a little bit of shock oil to this one joint up here in his shoulder because it was a little tight. And I was just posing him, not really very hard or anything, you know, because I'm pretty careful with my figures. And then just twisting it, not really even twisting it, just moving his arm, just trying to pose it. Hey, you know, who doesn't have, I look like old Kyle Peterson when his Batman busted. Here, let me see if I can get a close-up shot of this. Yeah, it just snapped right off. Just snapped right off. So I had to go ahead and drill a little hole into this little piece. And then I had to, you know, to extract it, I had to, you know, use this little hanger thing, a plant hanger, to push it in a little bit and pop it out. And then now what we're going to do is basically try to, you know, re-epoxy this back into this with a pinning joint between them. Because who doesn't enjoy spending $100 on a figure and then having it snap like a twig for no apparent reason? I'm going to tell you right now, this is hot garbage. This is the ultimate of hot garbage, because it's one thing for a vampire Batman to bust on Kyle Peterson for 20 bucks. I can almost eat that and say write it off and throw it away. But for $100 to produce this and then to have this happen, unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. You've lost me. You've lost me, Figure Arts. Absolute mess. Disgusting, disgusting. So guys, I can't tell you how much of a joy it was for allowing this. I thought it was Figure Arts, but it's actually a Good Smile Company, for allowing me the opportunity to go back and fix their horribly flawed plastic by pinning it with basically taking the rest of my afternoon and pinning this together. Oh, we're going to finish this review. And Good Smile Company, you're going to get an honest review from this figure. All of your figures may not be like this, but mine was. And you're going to get an honest review of this figure. I really wanted to like it. But anyways, we're going to let this cure overnight. It's pinned now. Hope it doesn't look too wonky when I get it back on the figure. But we'll find out. We'll find out what it looks like as compared to that one. Hopefully it's not too bad, and if it is, well, you'll get an honest review again. Got to put this piece back on there. We're going to finish this. We're going to finish the fight, and we're going to get through this review. So there we have it, the final joint for this figure, put back together with pinning and some green stuff. Let's see how it goes. In the morning, we're going to give it some, we're going to let it cure tonight. And in the morning, we're going to give it a coloring and maybe a matting to make sure it'll match up as close as it can to the original. So it's been a long day, but we're going to get through this review. Okay, after a thoroughly unenjoyable and highly unnerving 8 hours, I'm back, and all thanks to Figma and the Good Smile Company. Now earlier I had said SH Figure Arts. It wasn't them. I was just so frustrated, angry, upset, disgusted by what had happened with this figure that I just didn't know which way was up. So yeah, Figma, Good Smile Company, Doomslayer. Thank you for allowing me to spend that time fixing that joint. It was super, super, super unenjoyable. But thank you for that pleasure. So anyways, this is going to be a very, very unorthodox review style because of what happened. I wanted to do one last shot with him, and that's with this giant weapon that he has, because I think this is the last one that I didn't take a shot with, the BFG, right? Some context around why I really wanted this figure to be good is because when I was in the Army, we would have these long shifts where we would you know, come back to Garrison or be back on post. And we didn't have Doom Eternal. What we had was the very first version of Doom. You know, the very first one, the one in DOS, where you jumped right into it, and you know, you had you know how these look around everywhere. You just basically ran through mazes and killed all these demons. And I have fond memories of that. And so I wanted this figure to be good, because boy, I would have killed for it, not literally, but I would have loved for a figure of that to be, you know, that look like this, to be produced. So anyways, here we are with it. Let me see, and this might be a little longer than usual, if I can carefully do a review of this thing without breaking anything. It's like handling brittle, peanut brittle with this thing. So let's take this off. Here he is. This was weapon. Let's take his weapon off real quick, the BFG. Please, please, thank you. All right. So here's the repair that I did. I mean, it looks, I think it works fine. It's functional, and that's what I needed. So it's back to functioning. He is highly articulated, but in a very unorthodox way. There's some, let's just start how we start every review, right? Oh, please don't break on me. Okay, there we go. If you enjoy being, you know, in a panic every time you move a figure, then I would highly suggest getting this one. Highly. It's been a joy, and I mean that sarcastically. So let's start with his head. He can look up about that much. He can look down about that much. So there's not a lot of super articulation there, but there's some. He can look left. He's hindered by these neck guards that he has there a little bit, but he can do that. Kind of look to the side a little bit. He can do a T-pose on either side, but again, I had to add some oil on this because I heard it squeaking when I initially had it. I mean, I didn't know how much danger I was in already. He does not have a bicep cut. He has some kind of an interesting, and I don't know, look, I'm not a huge Figma fan, so I don't know if they always do this, but it's some kind of rotation at the shoulder. Is it more natural looking? I don't know. It doesn't feel natural to me, but maybe that's because I've been handling, you know, Mattel, Marvel Legends, and every other figure that has 3-0 that had bicep cuts for ages, right? So anyways, Transformers even have some bicep cuts. So this is very unorthodox to me. The good thing, I do like that these pauldrons on his shoulder get out of the way very easy, so that's nice. He has that, that wonderful little joint there. Wait, he's getting stuck. There we go. It is, well, there goes that piece. And I think it's just a little ball hinge that goes in the back here. So he's got a lot of bits to him, because he's highly, again, articulated. Just pop right back in there. So highly unorthodoxly. You know what it feels like? It feels like I'm handling an ultra brittle Yamaguchi figure. I only have one Yamaguchi figure, and that's where I stopped, because they're just highly, and not that I don't like them. I love the way they look and I love the way they pose, but they're just so highly unorthodox and articulate in their articulation that it's frustrating to me with them. So the only one that I kept was the Iron Man, and I think that one came out like in 2017, 2018. Just had all the missiles and stuff. It looked fantastic. Anyways, he's got articulation, you know, that little ball hinge that all of them have, this little thing in the wrist, so you can do that. And he's got articulation at the wrist down here a little bit too. I'm going to tinker around too much with this arm. Best I could do with it. I'm probably just going to have him holding or making a fist with this hand. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And let's see. He can kick pretty high though, which was really nice. I like that. Can kick pretty far back. Look at that. Got good articulation there. His legs don't feel too wonky. It's just the upper body that feels brittle and, you know, not so great. He does not have a real thigh cut, but he does have some motion there in his legs. I guess it's a ball joint, a very complex ball joint. You saw how much articulation he has in his knees. He can actually go pretty far back. Y'all saw that, right? So at his hip and his knee. It is a single joint knee, and he's got that hole there, but then you can move that up to kind of cover it. He's got a very interesting, he's got some articulation at the legs down here, but again, for fear of snapping this into pieces, I'm not gonna jack with it, so I'll just leave it be. And then he's got this little weapon that comes up. You can set it back down when he's not using it, and it can come up. It almost reminds me of Predator, right? And I'm pretty sure Doom, the Doom Slayer, was out before the Predator. So I don't know which one got it first. Did the Predator set this up before he did, or did he get it before the Predator? I don't know. I can't remember. Somebody look that up and let me know in the comments. Anyways, so what I wanted to do some size comparisons and talk about was, let me see if I can get him to stand there. Please be nice. Here is McFarlane's Demon. I forgot what he's called, but he's from Doom. That's, oh gosh, there it is. That's it. He's toast. See how unnerving that gets? No, he's not toast. He's still good. He's still good. This is such a mess. This guy is just such a mess. So here he is standing next to that demon, and the demon towers above him. And I think that's okay. I think the demon is a little bit taller than him and stuff in the game as well. And, you know, these McFarlane, and let me get the other one, the other McFarlane figure. So this was currently my standard that I had, this version of the Demon Slayer. This one has a lot of washes, a lot of articulation, and definitely just overall looks better. But this one, I am not afraid to touch. Let me put you a little bit in the background there. I'm not afraid to move this one. This one, I mean, he loses his weapon every now and then, but I am not afraid to move this guy whatsoever. But he does lack a ton of articulation. He's just not super articulated at all. Not anywhere near to that degree. He can't move. He can't move his legs very high up. You got to really force it. You can hear that. Oh, got to fight him on it. But anyways, I'm not afraid to move this figure. It's almost a bit like a statue, and that's okay. I'm all right with it. I knew what I was getting when I bought this one with McFarlane. It's definitely a very tough figure to articulate because of all the bulkiness to him. So I understand. Here's what I would say to you. If you get this figure, which I don't recommend at all, but if you do get this figure because it looks better than this one and it articulates better than this one, I would say pose that son of a gun very carefully one time or as few times as possible and leave him be. Don't jack around with him. Don't think he's going to be like an everyday fig, like, you know, an action force like him, or a classified line like some of the other guys that I have here, and you can daily just articulate them. No, that guy's going to be pose him once and leave him be unless you enjoy burning your money. So anyways, am I satisfied with the figure? Oh, no. No, no, no. Not at all. Here, you know what? Let's get to some of the other weapons he comes with. He comes with this, I think it's a demon sword anyways. Demon laser sword or something. I am not up to date on the latest Doom Eternal version. I've been meaning to play it for the last, I don't know, 5 years, but somehow life always ends up getting in front of me. So I played the first and maybe the second, I played the heck out of the first Doom, and we had the BFG and the shotgun and all the other stuff, but we never had a sword. But the sword looks tremendous. I love it. Looks great. So good job there. If anything, I get a cool demon sword, 112 scale, and then I also get this cool, this very cool looking chainsaw at 112 scale. So that's really nice. I don't particularly like this shotgun. Yeah, I mean, great, it's a shotgun. I don't particularly like it. I do like this monstrosity, but I don't know if, I mean, it's light-ish. I'm glad they didn't give us a just chunk of plastic, because yeah, they wouldn't have been able to hold this up. It looks hilariously large, which it should, because it is the BFG. So I dig this, maybe we could set this, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll set it on a vehicle or something. I don't know. But then I'd always want to have it readily available for him. So we'll see. And then finally we get the extension on his other arm, like a sword extension over on that side. We can unplug and he can use that. So that's what he comes with. You know what we didn't do? We didn't take a look at the box. And we'll take a look at the box. Why not? I mean, we take a look at everybody else's box. And like I said, this is a very unorthodox review because of the unorthodox way it made me go. So, he also comes with this stand that plugs into his back. And I guess this is to help him, either do a jumping mode or just to stand, because he's ultra wobbly. He's not very good at standing at all. So here's a picture of the box. This is what we have. A very huge plastic window so you can see into it. Doomslayer, Figma. Hey Figma, how you doing? And let's see, what else do we have? Good Smile Company, another action shot there at the, I don't know why they put this really good picture at the bottom. Let's see, what did they put at the top where everybody can see? Okay, they put the same picture, good. The Good Smile Company by Figma. Oh man, you've got me uneasy about you guys. I will probably never be buying stuff from you again unless you put out something I absolutely adore. Another great shot of him here. I'll probably just pose him just like this and leave him. That's it. That's what you're going to get. It's unfortunate. So if you like posing your figure in one static shot and never moving him, that's why you buy Figma, maybe. You got a couple of action shots back here, which I will never probably pose him in for fear of breaking the crap out of him. So anyways, that's probably how he's going to stay in my collection. That's it. So that's what we have from that. Now, was I fair in my review? You guys let me know. I think I would have liked the figure a lot more. I would have loved this figure a lot more if it hadn't have busted on me with just a regular, just handling it. I mean, I'm pretty gentle on all my figures. And I usually just display them, and maybe tweak them every now and then. I do like to go through their articulation and make sure everything works. This one is highly articulated, but in a very unorthodox way. And just the plastic seems, it's a mix of plastics, so it's brittle in some spots and not brittle in others. Anyways, guys, not satisfied with it. Don't recommend it unless you absolutely love it and you're going to pose it one time and leave it be and never touch it again, or touch it as few times as possible. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you going to get it? Are you not going to get it? Just what your thoughts are about it. Was I fair to the Figma Good Smile Company? Was I not? Did you like my tutorial on how to fix his joints? Anyways, subscribe, like, comment. You guys keep watching. I'll keep rolling them out.